What is up, Voodoo Tribe? It's your girl Nadja here, and I am back with another video. And in advance, sorry if you guys hear any like landscaping work. They're doing landscaping outside my office right now, so yeah. So today's video is going to be a video that I have not done in such a long time, and I was looking at my like video list, and I was like, sis, you haven't done one of these in a minute, so let's treat the people, let's treat the tribe real quick. Today we are going to be doing another call center story time. I know I have not done that in so freaking long, and I just remembered something the other day that happened and I jotted it down, and when today I was looking over video ideas, I was like, oh yeah, definitely, that's definitely what we're doing today. So if you guys have never heard of my call center series, because I haven't done it in a while, maybe some of you guys are just here for my Zodiac skits or you know, something like that. Basically, it's all the stories from my days when I worked at Ratchet Corp, and I think there is still a playlist on YouTube that somebody made. I really need to go ahead and just make my own playlist so that you guys can like follow it, because I don't think they're still updating it anymore, but it's all told in order, but then towards the end it's being told a little bit out of order. Like the first ever story was like how I left Ratchet Corp and why I kind of quit / got fired, I don't know. And then it just goes on throughout the years that I've been there, and now I'm kind of just like grasping for straws of like little stories I could tell you guys here and there, because I know a lot of you guys do like the series. So this is gonna be the story about the time where I almost got fired. Like I was close, well at least getting suspended, something, because yeah, I was playing hooky, y'all, and we're just gonna get into it. If you like me or if you like my videos, please give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure that that notification bell is hit, and also make sure that you are subscribed every time you come onto my channel, because YouTube be on that bullshit. I want to say that this happened around the time where peak season was either about to begin or when it had just gotten over, because I had a 6 to 2:30 schedule. During peak season, you know, you most likely were not going to get that schedule, but usually when the hours calm down, they don't need much manpower, you would get a 6 to 2:30. And another perk of getting a 6 to 2:30 was because Ratchet Corp was so like penny pinching when it came to shit, that like if there was no workload and they didn't want to pay you, they would give you VTO. Now, I don't know if I talked about VTO before, but it's basically voluntary time off. So they'll send out a message to a department, and they'll be like, hey, anybody with a schedule from blank to blank, if you want a VTO, you could VTO. Basically go home without pay. And y'all, when I tell you guys, like back when I was doing a 9 to 5 and YouTube, I would take that VTO all the time so like I could work on my YouTube videos and stuff, or if I was just genuinely bored at work. But if you need the money, sometimes you will sit your ass down in that chair and just be bored at work and rack up. And having that 6 to 2:30 schedule being the first schedule of the day, like you can get way more hours in before they send out the VTO. Like, because for example, if your schedule is 1 to 10 and you clock in and it's already no fucking work, like, and then you're just sitting there like, damn, like I'm probably gonna end up VTOing, or I'm gonna sit here for 8.5 hours bored as fuck. So that schedule, I always wanted to get that schedule because I know me, and look, I need to be getting paid, okay? I cannot just go home and just be like, fuck this shit, like I need to pay my bills. So usually at the 6 to 2:30 shift, no higher ups are there. It's usually just the early agents, and that's it. And the 6 to 2:30 shift isn't even offered to customer service agents. It's only offered to higher up departments, because they assume that you're going to be responsible enough to actually get started on the day, because your job is to set everybody else up to work. At this time anyway, because after this incident happened, they changed it, how they did things, but we're gonna get to it. So at this time, it was more so like, you know, you clocked in at like 5:50 or so, and then you started your work at 6 o'clock. So because nobody would be there, some of us would go and get breakfast. So okay, me personally, I wanted to clock in first before I went and got breakfast. And where Ratchet Corp was is like there's a whole bunch of little fast food restaurants and shit where you can get a quick breakfast real quick. So what me and a lot of people would do is that we would go to work, clock into our computer, and then leave work, go get some food, and then come back. And then by the time we're back, it would be like 5:58 or 6 o'clock. So it's kind of just like, you get what I'm saying? Like no harm done, no money lost. It's just you know how Ratchet Corp has the point system, and now they don't have it anymore, I don't think, but back when I worked there, they had the point system, and you did not want to go to that fast food spot and get stuck in a long ass line and then end up not being able to get back on time and getting a point when your ass was there on time, because where Ratchet Corp was, there were tons of other businesses right there. So it's kind of just like, you gotta hope that there's not gonna be hella people in line and then you end up getting a point. Because I've definitely almost got a point that way before. You technically get like a half point, but almost got that shit before. So once I started noticing other people just like, you know, clocking in, leaving, getting in their car, going to get food, or like they would clock in, go outside, have a smoke break. Like I was like, okay, it's relaxed. Like there's no higher ups here at all. Like it's too early for anybody to do anything. Like sure, you could see our badge swipes or whatever, but who's really gonna check for that? For all you know, we went outside to, cause it's not against the rules to go outside and smoke a cigarette or whatever people were smoking. Like that's not against the rules. So like, how could you prove that I didn't just go out there to go smoke real quick or some shit? You get what I'm saying? So that was like the norm for a minute. And then even for a while, like some of us will go on like breakfast runs because we were really close knit. Like this is before peak and or after peak, so it's just the OGs here. So you know, we're all real close knit, so you know, we'd all give one person our debit cards, call in an order and go and get it, to just like minimize the amount of people that are leaving, because at the end of the day we still have to work. Okay, so I'm pretty sure y'all are wondering, okay, so where does this go wrong? Technically, you're not allowed to leave once you clock in. You're not allowed to leave once you clock in. Like you have to do everything you have to do and then you come in, right? And then another thing is, you're not even supposed to be eating in the loss prevention room because it's closed off. There'll be smells and stuff. Some people might get offended type thing, right? So, but because we're the 6 to 2:30 crew, ain't nobody gonna be there till 8 o'clock. So we got 2 hours to eat up, spray some Febreze, and that'll be that. Because even our supervisor didn't come in until 8 o'clock, and sometimes he didn't even come in until 9. Me and the crew, we're doing this for, I want to say a few months, child. Like 2 or 3 months we're doing this, right? And then all of a sudden, whispers start going around the call center. I don't know if some other people were getting jealous, or maybe some people in the workforce were like looking at our computer logins and seeing like stuff's not matching. Like they're clocked in, but then they're badging to go out, but then they badge to come back in. Like something's not looking, I don't know what happened, but it just didn't look right to them, I'm guessing. And that's when like stuff started fluttering around, being like, okay, y'all need to watch loss prevention because some shit is going on. Boredom, just pure boredom on their part. But anyway, my supervisor like came in early one day. He came in early. Luckily, none of us went on a breakfast run this one day, but I know he came in early trying to catch somebody. So he came in early and he was just like,
hey guys, I just want to talk to you real quick.
Mind you, the room's quiet as fuck. It's early as hell.
Hey guys, I just want to talk to you real quick. Workforce has been letting me know that some of you guys may be clocking in and leaving to get breakfast.
We all just get quiet. Like we're just like, cause we knew we weren't supposed to be clocking in and leaving, but it's just the fact that y'all knew the details that we went and got breakfast. Like that means somebody is watching. And I even was trying to think like, who in that department is there at 6 to 2? Like nobody in that department is there at 6 to 2, but people at Ratchet Corp be in cahoots. So I'm pretty sure somebody in workforce knew somebody else on another team and was like, hey, watch LP because something's not adding up on our systems. And they probably was like, oh yeah, they be going out and getting breakfast.
Just like, yeah, I just heard that was going on, but I'm just letting you guys know that that's not okay. I just want you guys to know that I don't want anybody getting in trouble.
And that was that. He didn't say, did you do it? He didn't say, like, all he said was, if that's going on, just don't do it again. You guys, like, if you didn't know, now you know, basically. So if I catch your ass, it's trouble, basically, right? One day, so after that, we all stopped doing that. Like I even started waking up early. If I wanted breakfast, I would go get breakfast, or I would just get make a breakfast sandwich from the break room so that I wouldn't be penalized if I had to wait in a line or something like that. Like I got the memo, okay? I got the memo, okay? But I'm not gonna lie, sis, every once in a while, your girl would clock in, and then go outside to vape, okay? I would clock in, go outside to vape, and then come back. I was not getting breakfast, okay? I was not getting breakfast. I clocked in, went outside to vape, maybe talk on the phone with Daniel for a little bit, and then that was that. Like nothing else, all right? So one day, my friend Steven came into work with Dunkin' Donuts. He came into work with Dunkin' Donuts. That was the first time he walked into the building. Like, he did not clock out, go get Dunkin' Donuts to come back. Like, no. He came in with Dunkin' Donuts and, you know, had his breakfast real quick at his desk, was working. Like, he did not do what we used to do. Like, if anything, everybody was scared to do it because we felt like we were caught. So it was more so like, if you were running late into work, you know, a coworker would call another one and be like, hey, I'm about to be late, like, do y'all want something type shit. But it was never anything like it was before. That happened. Steven, the incident with Steven. Then a few weeks later, I noticed Steven doesn't come up to work, and Steven and I had the same schedule. So I asked, what did I call her? Risha, I think that's what I called her. I asked Risha, I was like, Risha, so where is Steven? I haven't seen him. Like, what's going on?
Girl, I have to tell you when we go on our break.
And I'm like, okay, cool. And my friend Vontae, we were all wondering, like, where is Steven? Because, you know, we're all clicked up. So we're like, where the fuck is he at? So we all go on break at the same time. Again, our first break, some of our breaks were like super early and stupid, but I kind of preferred it that way so I could like work for like 3 hours straight, and then the rest of my breaks would just be like really short in between each other. So like I would work really, really hard at the beginning of the day, and then up towards the end of the day, it would just scroll out, right? So we all decided to take an early ass break before 8 o'clock so we could all, you know, do a powwow and go outside and talk. So Risha was like,
HR pulled Steven to the side and suspended him.
for what?
They're saying that he clocked in, left, got Dunkin' Donuts, and came back to his desk that day.
But no, he didn't, because that was the first time that he came in that whole day. I specifically remember that day, and she was like,
yeah, I know, and they suspended him with pay because it's an ongoing investigation.
Really, like, oh my, like, I was just like, damn, like, he didn't even do anything. Like, he did not do anything. That's crazy. Like, but hey, at least he's getting suspended with pay. Like, he's not gonna miss no check. They just gave him a free vacation.
Yeah, that's pretty much how he was looking at it.
His vacation was maybe like a week, I think, and during that week, I got pulled aside by one of my homegirls in workforce, and they were just like,
Hey, so, you know they're looking at you, right?
for what now? Y'all big brother ass people, like, for what now? Like, why are y'all looking at me now?
Oh, well, you know, you guys have that whole little breakfast thing going on, and they've been seeing you clock in and then badge out and then badge back in.
And I was like, you know what? Nah, like, if they want, because I told her about what happened with Steven. I was like, if they want to suspend me with pay, they can suspend me with pay, but is there gonna be like a penalty? Like, if they, like, I don't understand, like, am I gonna be penalized? Because I want y'all to check these cameras, because if you check these cameras, because there were cameras on the perimeter of the building, and I would always walk the perimeter and vape, and then go sit at the gazebo and finish vaping, and then go back to loss prevention room. And I was like, dude, they could check the cameras. Like, you could even check where I'm badging back in. I'm badging back in through the break room. Like, I didn't, like, if I was gonna go and get some food, like, I would come back through the front, not all the way from the back in the break room.
Yeah, you know, that's a good point. I'm gonna look in your clock in badges, because, you know, they're mainly just looking at the ones where you come in and out of the same door. So I'm gonna show them your logs and stuff. It's probably a big misunderstanding.
I know it's a misunderstanding because Steven's situation is a misunderstanding. Like, they're wild. Turns out there was one lady, and I don't remember what department she was in, but it was just one lady who, she was overlooking the whole breakfast scandal. Isn't that sad how it's like a breakfast scandal? Like, boredom, the boredom is real. This one lady was looking over the whole thing, and I just remember, like, she was not a favorable person. Oh, I remember, yes, oh my God, that bitch was so aggravating. Oh my God, she was like a ops manager or some shit like that, and like, she was just like always in everybody's fucking business. Every time you spoke, she was always in your mouth, and she was the person that was like persistent in the fact that Steven did leave Ratchet Corp and went and got breakfast. But my good Judy in workforce let me know, she was like,
yeah, snitch bitch looked at your punches and your key things, and she saw that you were coming through the back. They didn't see you with any food, so they're not gonna like come up to you on no shit.
And I was kind of just like, damn, I'm kind of disappointed. I kind of wanted a little week vacay away from this hellhole, but whatever. Like, as long as I'm not being penalized and I'm not losing my job, like, it is what it is. Steven comes back from his vacation and it's still ongoing. Like, they're still trying to figure out what they're gonna do about it. And Snitch Bitch is very persistent. Like, no, I know Steven. I saw him come out of his car and he had a Dunkin' Donuts bag. And which is the truth, but Steven had not clocked in yet. And that was the issue. So Steven is like irritated because it's just like, nobody is really trying to hear him out. And it's just like, dude, like, y'all are just so bored. Like, y'all are so bored. And another thing that went into it is, like I said earlier, where it's like they're handing out VTO left and right because they don't want to pay people because there's not a big workload. Well, the closest thing that comes to doing that is just firing a motherfucker because you don't want to pay him. And that's what I feel like they were trying to do. Finally, Steven's case, his trial, honey, got dismissed because they looked at the cameras the same way I told them to look at the cameras for me to see, like, hey, look, I ain't do it. Like, I did not do it. Same way I told them to do me. They looked at the cameras and they saw that Steven actually did come to work with the food. Like, he did not clock in, go out, and come out. Like, they saw that he did do that and they dismissed it, but it still put a bad taste in our mouth because it's just like, yo, y'all are really trying, no, Snitch Bitch was really trying to frame somebody. And that's not the first time Snitch Bitch has done some snitching ass shit like that before. Like, she would literally overhear something and be like, oh my God, yes, like, I heard about this and I know everything about this. Like, I'm pretty sure she heard about the breakfast scandal in LP and was just looking and saw the first person she knew for a fact in loss prevention with a Dunkin' Donuts bag and was like, oh yeah, he definitely clocked out and blah, blah, blah. Like, you saw him with the breakfast, but you did not see him clock in, leave, and then come back with food. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it was so stupid, like, so fucking stupid. But the crazy thing is it's just like, that's pretty much it with the story. But the crazy thing about Ratchet Corp is, like, they would get so picky about certain people with certain job functions, what they could and can't do. Like, for example, like, we weren't allowed to eat or drink on the floor at all, like, period. We could only do that in the break room. Meanwhile, they have a full freaking, like, cafe with a Keurig and shit in the operations. Like, the freaking IT dudes get to drink beer. Like, literally, the company will say, like, literally, like, right when I got hired on, I read the contract and shit. It says you are not allowed to drink alcohol unless it is provided by Ratchet Corp. Ratchet Corp be giving people beer, be giving them alcohol, be giving them Keurig machines and shit, but the second somebody want to go out and get a fucking Dunkin' Donuts bagel, all hell breaks loose. The company goes in shambles, child. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, that is pretty much it for this story. Sorry if it wasn't as eventful as you guys thought it was gonna be, but your girl genuinely thought her ass is out the door. I was really hoping I was gonna get suspended though, because I really wanted that. I remember just wanting that week off so bad, because we would call Steven while he was at home, while we're at work. We're like, what you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just chilling, you know, smoking a blunt, playing the game, watching a movie. And I'm just like, damn, I wish that was me right now. Like, shit, I don't want to be here. Like, damn, everybody's getting VTO, and you're getting paid. Like, damn, okay. Hey guys, that's pretty much it. Let me know in the comments below, have you ever been suspended with pay? What is a really stupid rule at your job? And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys next time. Bye.